Anytime I get asked to do something influential for a paper or even this video, the same question always pops in my mind or gets asked, and that is, what is your perfect day? For some people, it is sitting out on the beach, soaking up the sun, listening to the waves crash against the sand, watching the kids run around, building sand castles, nice cold margarita in your hand, and just enjoying the atmosphere. And I'm not going to deny it. That is great sometimes. But for me, it is completely opposite. I would much rather be up in the mountains or just in the middle of the woods, sitting on a cabin, listening to nature during a thunderstorm with a nice cold beer. The reason behind this is when you are on a beach, it has more of an artificial type of feeling and sound. What I mean by this is because most of the time when you go to a beach, I'm not gonna say all the time, but most of the time, the sounds you hear are from other people, other kids, cars around, other houses nearby, speakers from people's beach parties, with the occasional jet ski and boats going by. But then you also saw that natural side of the waves and the seagulls, as well as the wind whistling in your ear. If you go to nature, yes, everything a part of that you can create artificially, but you can't, the artificial sounds do not compete with the actual sounds you would hear with your own ears. The birds chirping in the trees, the squirrels chittering and scurrying through the leaves, rabbits galloping across the field, deer walking in and out of the trees, the waterfall behind you, the flow of the river or creek beside you. During a thunderstorm, the sound of the rain coming down, hitting the leaves, crashing on the ground, the echoing thunderous sound of lightning against the rock of the mountain and against the wood of the trees. It just enters your soul more than just your body. And when something enters your soul, it's more impactful to you. And to me, being able to hear all those natural sounds is very powerful. What I mean by this is we can imitate all these sounds as much as possible. And in some ways we have. But there's nothing compared to what God has created for us. A river that is naturally created is going to have a better flow, better results for the ecosystem, and better natural sounds than somebody trying to make it by hand. God created things on this earth to have a mind of its own, even if it's inanimate. And rivers are a great example of that. So being able to be out there and feel the impact that nature can have on you while also hearing the very natural sound of everything as opposed to an artificial sound, I guarantee you it'll have an impact on you. Now, I will say there will be others that will prefer the city life, the skyscrapers, the cars going down the roads, people talking from the outside bars. For some people, that's what they want, and that is completely fine. If that's what you want, that is fine. For me, I don't like that because I like being able to have that peace and privacy from everybody else. And some of that could be the way I was raised, out in the middle of nowhere, basically on a farm. Some of it can also just be how much I preferred connecting to nature. And I think we've lost that within our society because of all the industrial ages that we've had with the skyscrapers, the steel works, concrete, everything. We've lost that connection to our primal side of our ancestors where they did everything in nature. They made log cabins, they had to hunt for the food, they had to fish, they had to grow crops. That's a very natural side of how everything we've done was done. And having to do all of that and get rid of it and become more industrial, it changes the way people see things. So the next time you plan a vacation or the next time you think about your perfect day, I want you to really think, what is important to you? The luxury of the industrial age that we created years ago, or the luxury of hearing nature and what God has given to us. Not because we asked for it. He gave it to us because we need it, and why not? It is the most beautiful creation He's ever had, and we've forgotten about it.